By the time you are reading this letter, I have passed on to the next life. However, do not fret over an old soul, young man. You are old enough to make your own decisions from now on, and I can't always be with you holding your hand. Your parents and sister would have been proud of you for making this fine life. Even you had to lose them to that horrible fire 12 years ago. This world will be a sight will lend your darkest time and stand with you no matter what happens. This little old granny could only hope to see that handsome young boy she absolutely adored go off to that prestigious academy that the youngsters always yakking about. You inherited your mother's eyes, after all. Not to mention your father's dashing looks. Remember, Mirai-chan, no one is ever truly alone in this life. You only need to have faith in yourself and in the people you hold dearly in your heart. With love, Grandma Yukino. P.S. Open the lockbox I had left behind. Inside of it is a necklace with a small drill attached. It is a family heirloom, but your father would often regard it as a lucky charm. May it bring you good fortune and guide your way. Within the slums of Honau City, a young man with dark blue unkempt hair with light skin had recalled on the farewell letter he read a month ago. With a bittersweet smile, he holds the small drill in his hand. It was a precious family keepsake after all. After holding and eyeing the heirloom, he asked you. He tried to recall on how his family looked like, but for some unknown reason, he would get a severe headache if he tried to. His grandmother told him that his parents, along with his older sister, had perished under a blazing wildfire that had burned down his home on one dreadful night. Miraculously, only the young boy, at the tender age of 5, survived by hiding in a closet, although he had sustained severe injuries on his head, probably by the debris of his home. The corpses of his family were all burnt to crisp, a horrid sight to see. However, what horrified the firefighters on that night was not the fire, but the corpses themselves when they got there. All 3 of them had one gaping hole in their bodies, and they were missing their heads. These pieces of information were not told to the boy, for who could have the heart to say his family died in a gruesome manner? To make matters even worse, that fire took place on the young man's birthday. Shaking of the killer migraine, the young man looked onward toward his destination in mind with his emerald green eyes filled with determination and wonder. Honuji Academy. Honuji Academy, like all students, he came here to continue his studies and graduate. But underneath that mundane goal lies a hidden agenda. He's trying to find answers to why his family was killed. Man, I just want to go home and sleep. Yeah. Seiyo-sensei really gave us the harsh brunt of the stick. I can't feel my legs after running around the goddamn track field the entire afternoon. Kazuma, he just wants us to be in up-top condition. That's all within the ember streets of Sendai City. 2 boys were walking their way towards home after an eventful day from middle school. The brunette of the duo had complained out loud that their coach is really giving them a run for their money. His blue companion beside him was reprimanding him that it was all for a good cause. You know his motto is all about always be cautious. We're in the track team after all, the young blue-haired kid merely said to him, but later develops a moody undertone on the next words he was about to say. Although I'm honestly thinking that maybe this is the punishment he meant since we played hooky last session. He droned on with a bead of sweat on his forehead. He's a slave driver, I tell you what. He's going to kill us someday. I can feel it in my bones, Takiyo. That paranoid machine is going to make us work to death, Kazuma shrieked on that fact. You might be onto something here, man. The young boy, now known as Takiyo, grimaced at his best friend accusation towards their coach. It's like he doesn't get no pussy, the boys laugh. And so, both of the middle schoolers walked to their home with a newfound fear of their coach's overzealous cautiousness. No thanks to Kazuma, of course. Unbeknownst to both of them, a woman was following them in the shadows. In one's perspective, this may give off some pedophilic vibes just by the looks of it with her get-up of a trench coat and all, but fortunately, that is not the case. Unfortunately, it is far more sinister than that. She was focused on a certain boy, and her course of action, for now, is to observe only. Say, to Kyo. Yeah, KZ. You got any plans after this whole shindig is over? I mean, what you gonna do after middle school and all? I wanted to build stuff like that Michael Reeves dude on YouTube. So probably programming or engineering school. Maybe get myself a hot lady if you catch my drift. My dude, Kazuma asked while daydreaming and drooling about the hot lady stuff a bit too much. Wait, you haven't really thought about it. Geez, and I thought I was the airhead. Yeah, it's just a lot of things are going on right now. The track team and all. to the point where I kinda forgot about these kinds of stuff and go with the flow. I mean, with us graduating in about. Graduating in about a month, Kazuma chipped in. Ha! I thought graduation starts next week. Wait, never mind. It's next month, Takio exclaimed with a frustrated sigh. His memory is really getting worse. With an exasperated sigh, Kazuma bonked Takio's head lightly, causing the blue-haired boy to yelp in pain on his best friend's sudden bonking. A tiny lump had grown on his head, with his hands covering it. Hey, what was that for? The blue airhead exclaimed to things. First, bold of you to assume my position as the bigger dumbus of the duo. Second, that bonking might possibly fix that shitty memory of yours. You are literally a walking disaster. Who knows what will happen to you if Granny Kinoo or I am not around, concerned Kazuma. Takio couldn't help but nod dumbly at his worrying. Kazuma was always the more perceptive one here, although he tried to deny the fact by acting dumb about it. In the perceptive boy's words, Takio is somewhat what do you call those people on the intern? A cinnamon roll baby that needs to be protected at all cost. He always stares off into space. Good knows what he was thinking all the time during class. He was picked on by the local bullies for his appearance alone back at elementary, calling him a gaijin by his emerald eyes alone. Hell, Kazuma can't shake the fact that the both of them met was just as a matter of luck when he was forced to team up with Takio here on dodgeball practice when no one came to our blue-haired boy at first. He too was skeptical about him, but in time, KZ here mellowed out and starts to hang out more with Taki. At first, he too was skeptical about him, but in time, KZ here mellowed out and starts to hang out more with Takio when he starts to open up about one thing they have in common, watching anime. It's a small start nonetheless. As the days go on, they became fast friends. Dude, I can take care of myself. Takio deadpanned at his friend's view about him. Sure you could. Baby Blue, by the way, wanna hit the town tomorrow? There's a manga expo in City Hall at noon, Takio asked Hi. Let's fucking go, my dude, as Kazuma grabbed his phone to check the time. He noticed on his phone's reflection that there were several glints of lights in the shadows of an alley. He realized the situation both of them were in. They were being tailed. They were being tailed, Taki-kun. Oh yeah, Takio responded. Almost got lost in his thoughts again. Remember that one scene in a movie we watched last week about tactical espionage? KZ inquired his friend. Yeah, I remember. Why though? As Takio did a quick 360 spin, which he literally did much to his friend's surprise, he caught a glimpse of what his friend meant. There's a bunch of high school hooligans talking them in an alley. Both of the boys completely missed the mysterious woman who was watching them on a nearby rooftop. Ah, crud. Okay. Calm down. KAZ. Initiate Operation Spice Master, Takio reminded his brunette friend. Way ahead of you, buddy. Guys, this is the end of part 1. Let me know if y'all want part 2 piece.